All right, let's turn our attention back to the Department of Government Efficiency. Elon Musk and the president continue to discover ways in which the government has been wasting taxpayer dollars for years.
$25 million to promote biodiversity, conservation, and promote licit livelihoods by developing socially responsible behavior in the country of Colombia. Well, it's nice, $25 million to go into Colombia. I mean, these are massive numbers on things that nobody ever heard about. $10 million for Mozambique voluntary medical male circumcisions. $10 million for circumcisions in another country.
Yeah, you heard that right. You said it twice. And while the Democrats, well, they continue to protest and do their best to try to keep DOGE on a short leash, Republican lawmakers want to make sure it's here to stay.
Yeah, for more on this, let's welcome in Texas Congressman and co-chair of the House DOGE caucus, Pete Sessions. Great to have you on this morning, Congressman. So the numbers do not lie. Billions of dollars wasted. And according to the DOGE tracker, we're already up to 55 billion tax dollars saved. What do you make of what DOGE has discovered in just the first 30 days of this administration?
This relationship that we have developed and are in the process of developing, of gaining information with the government's most secret piece parts, and that is the payment system. The money that comes in and goes out of the government is one of the most important things that has, the piece part that has contributed to the demise of our future moving forward. The debt of this country has been discovered. We wondered how we went from 24 to 34. We wondered how all this money accumulated. And then the decision was made, we will look at the payment system. That is not something that just members of Congress were after. That's something that Elon Musk knew he had to get his best computer people in to go find. And the Treasury Department was stunned that they were so easily discovered in this process. It is the last vestige of what Biden's administration and people had counted on to continue doing. Even the first year that Donald Trump was in office, they got caught.
You know, the interesting thing, Congressman, I mean, in Washington, D.C., millions and trillions or millions and billions don't really mean anything to folks in Washington, D.C. anymore. They do to the American people. When they hear about trans operas and circumcisions in Mozambique, that's where our millions and billions are going. That's an easy case to make that people don't like. They don't want to keep it going.
Well, I think you're exactly right. And this is where now we as members of Congress will come in and play out the script, how long this was going on, who approved this money, by what process did the money move, not only through Congress, but exactly where it ended up in its destinations. But you first had to go where DOGE has gone, and DOGE has gone to places that provide us factual basis of information. And this is something that Donald Trump is very serious about. And there's a group of people known as musketeers around the country who are eagerly awaiting not only this and other information, but also want the story behind that. As Paul Harvey used to say, the rest of the story, and that is just around the corner.
And we've been hearing a lot of falsehoods regarding DOGE and Elon Musk. The White House has set the record straight time and time again. But then again, you have people like this from the New York Times editorial board. Take a listen to this.
We have zero transparency, really, into how this is being done. All of this is being done, just slashing and burning, to essentially prepare the country for Donald Trump's tax cuts to the wealthy. Do everyday Americans in the rest of the country understand that this is going to impact their lives in ways they can't even imagine yet? That's part of our job. This is about the IRS. This is about people's tax returns. This is about people's Social Security. Nothing is secure right now, and the government is not being remade to be efficient. This is an effort to destroy it.
All right, if I lied like that on national television, I would lose my job. What's your response to hearing that?
The Democrats have used the IRS as a whipping boy for many, many, many times, not only against those that oppose them, but literally against the President of the United States by making sure that his tax files were made publicly available, as well as hundreds of other people. So while it is an inviting target, I'm sure, for them to assume that someone cares about the average everyday American's 1040, that's simply a misnomer. They are trying to hide behind the success that's being made, really at their expense, because it was their modus operandi to make sure that they indebted this country with programs all around the world. And USAID is another example.
Yeah.
There's information that USAID participated all around the world against the best interest of America. So now's the time, when you discover it, to shut it off, not have a 2-year probe into that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the President of the United States was elected to do and is doing.
All right. Good point. Thank you, Congressman Pete Sessions, for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
You bet.